IBO Sports Network. Welcome to our Tuesday 7:30 podcast. We are excited. We got a lot of good stuff going on. I was just telling Rob that it's Christmas to me. It's like Christmas Eve week, and everything's coming together. This is what we've been waiting for, and here we are, 4 days out. We got a lot of stuff happening. We're going to talk a little bit about some sponsors, some shows we're doing, and we'll, of course, dive in and talk about Clemson football. As of today, Imagine Studios actually came on board. I think he's listened to the podcast. He's actually the photographer for the Clemson band. He used to play in the Clemson band. He was a director. His dad was. So they actually travel with the team, and he takes pictures, and he came on board as a sponsor. Last Tuesday, El Jimador came on. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's in Anderson, or going into Anderson on Clemson Boulevard, right as you go over 85, next to State Farm. And let's see, and I'll mention the guest. He's a sponsor also, and I'll let him tell a little bit about his in a little bit. Just what's going on this week. Friday, we got a busy week. Of course, before football Friday, we got Vape Nation at 6 p.m. We did the Duke game there last year. Hopefully our results will be better this year, but we're doing our first live show at Vape Nation on Liberty Highway going into Anderson, a little curve right there as you go into Walmart. And then on game day morning, we're going to be at Clemson Marina. And I think a lot of people are coming down to watch the game with us. Being that it's a noon game, we're doing a 12 o'clock show. It should be epic. And then we're going to stay down there and watch the game at Clemson Marina. So come out and support us. So before we get into football, you got anything to say, Rob?
I'm just excited, man. You know, got the first game of the season a few days away. We got a little taste of college football this past weekend with Florida State, Georgia Tech, which was an interesting game to say the least. And dude, I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm pumped.
I've been ready. Oh yeah, Kiev Anderson came on board. We're doing the an early Appalachian State game there. So, anyways, about a week ago, I met a guy and he's got an interesting business. And what I liked about it, it kind of ties in with football, I Bleed Orange, what he does. I mean, it's all kind of just meshes together. So without further ado, I'll introduce our guest, Thomas Sneed.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your business and your idea.
Well,
and how you got it.
I'm down here in Georgia Bulldog territory tonight. I'm in Atlanta. So
you are? Okay.
Enemy territory. I'm doing some espionage. But no, we own 3.5 acres of land in central South Carolina, 12 minutes from campus. And 1 acre of that land is a parkable area. It's a level field with direct access to the road. So we thought, hey, we already got an Airbnb out here. Why don't we just do some parking for the football games? So we looked into it, and it is just blown up. We can park 150 cars on the lot, including, 4 or 5 RVs. RV spots will be for IPTAY members only, so that's something to keep in mind. But the 150 parking spots will be to the general public. And in addition to that, we will be offering free water and coffee, iced coffee on the hot days, hot coffee on the cold days. We have 2 shuttle buses that go direct to the stadium. They can take the shuttle lane in, so you can get there a little quicker. And my daughters, I have 2 daughters, they're making Clemson bracelets. They'll be purple and orange. And if you have your bracelet on, when you come out of the stadium, you can hop on the shuttle, come back. Or you can go downtown if you want, grab an Uber, come on back later. But we run the shuttles 2 hours before the game, 2 hours after the game. If you want to go early tailgating, if you want to go to Triple T's after the game and then come back. So it's very accessible. We also have a local boiled peanuts guy that's going to be selling boiled peanuts on the property. He does regular and Cajun. They are delicious. He gave us 4 pounds of them yesterday. We'll never eat them all. And I don't want to say the name of the coffee company yet because we've talked, but they haven't officially come on board. But a local coffee company in Central is converted a 1975 camper van into a roaster and an espresso bar. So they're going to have that out there as well, serving espresso drinks. And it's a great time. We have bathrooms available, the nice ones, not the typical plastic ones that you see. These are going to be trailers, so they'll be nicer.
Okay.
And really looking forward to it. I was talking to JJ, and he mentioned doing the game day show for the App State game, opening the home opener from
Yeah,
there. So
tailgate, do a show, and it's
yeah,
a night game, so good time to come on out and
yeah. So
park,
come see us. It's
tailgate, have food, do a show. Parking's a big thing at Clemson. I mean, you can
yeah.
have tickets and not have anywhere to park.
Yeah.
And
Does the RV the RV parking that you have, does it come fully equipped, like power, sewer, all that stuff too?
Well, halfway. So you can connect them to the main house. We have two houses on the property. One's an outbuilding that we converted into an Airbnb. You could hook up there, but we're working on getting individual lots set up with power outlets and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking because, like, if I, brought my RV down, maybe stay the night, like camp out overnight kind of thing.
So, how does somebody go about getting a parking place with you? Go to your website.
There's a couple ways. So we use an app called Neighbor Parking, and you can go on there and find Golden Gate Parking. That's the name of our company, Golden Gate Parking. Okay. And register there is $25 a car. No matter how many people come in your car, it's $25.
Not bad at all.
And very reasonable. Yeah, and when you throw in free coffee and free water, it's a steal. So it should be a good time. So you can register, you can pick your spot there. You can also reach out on our Facebook page, Golden Gate Clemson. And then my personal cell phone number is 864-329-7985. Give me a call.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So we got this.
What made you think to come up with this idea? Like, just
bored
one Sunday?
Yeah. So it was my dad's idea. He's retired, but he's a full-time chaplain now. And he's looking for some passive income, and he likes riding his tractor more than driving all over the upstate every week. So he said, what if we did some parking? I said, that's a great idea. So I dug into it. He's a ministry guy, and I'm a business guy. So I kind of run everything, and he owns the property. So he named it Golden Gate Parking. He's from California, so you got the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. And my grandparents, who originally owned the property, their last name is Golden. So Golden Gate Parking is what we came up with.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. So. I think it's a great idea, a great concept, especially with the way parking has kind of gotten recently around Clemson with the, people kind of, raising the prices on parking, the parking permits alone gotten skyrocketed. So,
yeah,
that's not bad,
Yeah,
right.
I traveled down to Auburn back in 2010, and it was I actually lived in Atlanta at the time, and so I was like, hey, Clemson's playing Auburn. That's only like an hour or two drive, for me. So we drove down and we found this parking that was like way out in bum Egypt somewhere, and I was like, we pulled in. I swear, I thought I heard banjos at one point in time playing, but we got in there, and I was like, I looked at my wife and I said, I don't know, maybe our car will be safe here. I don't know, but they were running shuttles just the same, and we got on the shuttle bus, and of course, we were probably about the only Clemson fans that were on the shuttle bus, and everybody's just kind of like looking at you, going, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
But but you know what though? I will say this hands down. I've gone to a few away games. I've been to Georgia. I've been a couple places. Wake Forest. Hands down, Auburn was the most hospitality, like the most nicest fans I've ever encountered. The shuttle ride over was amazing. The shuttle ride back was amazing. Yeah. I mean, just the fans in general and the stands with us was amazing.
Were you down there when Cam Newton played?
Yeah, it was 2010. It was actually, and I always say this story.
We almost beat them that year.
It was the only team, only team that took them to overtime that year.
Yeah, that game was close.
And we only
if I remember correctly, they won the national
championship that year.
Huh?
A daggum snap infraction cost us that game.
Yep, I remember.
And another little funny story so I'm sitting in the stands, and I am surrounded by nothing but Auburn fans. There's a few Clemson fans a few rows away from me, but it's halftime. All right. And I'm looking at the scoreboard and I'm like, look, hey guys, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean. I'm literally legitimately asking this question because I just want to make sure that I'm asking, like, that I'm understanding what the scoreboard reads.
Yeah.
And it said at halftime, 16 total yards. The offense had only 16 total yards.
Auburn?
Yeah, Auburn.
Yeah.
So I legitimately asked the fans, I'm like, am I reading that right? And I think we lost him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where he went.
So let's give him a couple minutes here. Let's see if he can get back.
Let me mention a couple. That happens sometimes. He's out of town.
Maybe text him real quick. Just tell him to use that same link that we sent him. Oh, here he comes. Here we go.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, I got a
Hey, we got you back.
It's happened to me when I'm over in Clemson. I got great here.
But I was just saying, like, I was looking at the scoreboard and it said 16 total yards in offense. And I looked at the fans. I said, I just want to know if I'm reading your scoreboard right. Does that really say 16 yards? Am I reading that right? And all the fans looked at me with this like dirty look.
Right,
like, yeah, it's correct. But then Cam Newton came out in the second half and tore it up. And obviously, tied the game up and we go into overtime and lose on a snap infraction.
Yeah.
So, but no,
I always thought Cam Newton.
My experience in Auburn was hands down the best experience I've had at any away game.
Really?
So, but so I agree. I think what you're doing is a great idea with the parking. Just because I've been in that situation where you had to park way out somewhere and get that shuttle ride over, like 12 minutes. That's nothing. That's an easy drive right there. So I think it's great. Now, is this the first year you're doing it?
It is, yeah. And it's amazing how it's all come together. It's I wouldn't say it's been easy, but everything has just flowed smoothly. So we are really excited about it.
Yeah.
Well, if I can make it down to one of the games this year, I'm definitely going to park there. So
let's do it.
I like it. I mean, my brother actually has an RV and he lets me borrow it sometimes. So I might do the whole RV thing and actually. But now, do you allow somebody to come down, say like Friday night, and stay over?
Oh yeah. I think it's Friday 9 a.m. You can get there, and then Sunday morning around noon you can head on out.
Oh yeah,
so you'll have Friday all day, Saturday, and Sunday morning.
Yeah, I like that. All right, JJ, you got to get some tickets to the App State game then.
Oh yeah, I'm ticket master. Everybody's asking me. Hey, Tiger Tailgating Pros, I need to hook you up. They are a sponsor of ours. They will actually, you can look them up on Facebook or go. They're actually been on the Roar a good bit lately, but they will get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go out to the place that they got packages, and they'll put the tables up. They'll put barbecue or whatever you order. They'll do the whole 9 yards, put the tent up and everything, and then all you got to do is show up. You remember we talked about that, didn't we? I told you about that. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I
don't know
if that's kind of partnership you got with them or not, but that's.
Well, I told them they're welcome to get on. They paid for a sponsorship back in I think it was like in May or something. I mean, they don't. Even, he lives in Charleston, but they go to all the home games, and they go out there like at 5 o'clock in the morning and set up, and all you got to do is show up, and then they clean it up for you.
That is literally a genius idea to call somebody else and say, hey, I need a tailgate set up, and they just set it up for you. Like that, you can't ask for anything better than that. That is just a great idea. The last couple of weeks
I've been around down the road. I don't notice a lot of commercials, but I keep hearing them on the radio. I'm like, guys. So I thought it was a great idea. Great idea.
Yeah, and for you, Thomas, like you got a lot of potential too, especially with the coffee coming on possibly, and I'm sure other vendors are going to be like, yo, can we set up out there? Can we, businesses right now are going to food trucks, food trailers. That's just where places are going, and I can't tell you how many events I've been to where food trucks just roll in and you have, a variety of options and whatnot. So that's probably a really good idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
It is great. We had thought about an idea about that years ago, just never did anything. And
then, you may not be able to bring a whole tailgating party or whatever.
Yeah, nice to wake up and know it's all taken care of. You just got to show up and eat. And they will clean it up for you and everything else.
I'll call the neighbors and give them a warning ahead of time.
Bojangles over there on 76 coming in, and we were in there. It took us forever to get out of there and get the game last year. So,
I don't know if you said it before. I don't know if you said it before, but where is this actually located again?
It's 1843 Ma Bridge Road. It's straight down 6 Mile Highway, about 2 miles past Daniel High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard a couple.
Okay. I know exactly where that is. I actually grew up in 6 Mile. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I know exactly where that is.
Yep. And so
Yeah,
look out
I
for us later in the year. We're looking to get in a party bus to drive around
Really?
town after the games. So
Okay.
that could be a
okay.
lot of fun. Yeah,
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Cool.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
like
you
it.
come down
I
and get
love
on
it.
the. Well,
And
you're on the live show for the spring game, Rob. You come on park with us and get on the show with us.
yeah.
So what
Yeah.
else? What else before we get into football? That's all the.
but you said you had an Airbnb there as well.
We do,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he's got like a
renovated the
Now, do
old
you
house.
rent
shop.
that out for the game too?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
You-
Right now, a PhD student at Clemson's wanting to rent it full time. So we're kind of deciding which one's the better way to
Okay.
go. So
Is he gonna be renting it during the games or
we aren't sure yet. We're
not
talking.
sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand that. And obviously, I mean, hey, he's a student. Let him have it.
Sure. Right.
But hey, it's a wonderful idea. I think it's great, especially with what you're providing and what could possibly be coming down the road with other venues and avenues and whatnot. I like it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I
So I
really
hope I
appreciate you
wish
guys
you a
letting me
lot of
come on and
success
talk
with
about it.
it. Yeah, I wish you a lot of success with it. So,
Thank you.
do you guys want to talk about that Georgia Tech FSU game, or you guys want to talk about the Georgia Clemson game coming up?
Well, we're going to talk about the Clemson game, of course.
I'm saying, what do you want to do?
Hey,
first?
we're going to start doing game. I didn't set it up for this podcast, but we do it for every live show. We pick about 4 or 5 relevant games at the end when we do our live show. Of course, Clemson's going to be one of them, but it's going to be all the good games that we can find, and we'll start doing that on the podcast. But no, I mean it was just good to see football. Even if it was just that one game, but it surprised me really. I thought I was going to pick Florida State to win, but it was a good game. Good game. I mean, went down the last kick.
Yep.
And if that's any indication of this season, then we got an exciting season ahead.
Well, this kind of goes back to the whole thing of why I hate preseason rankings. I feel like, you put a lot of emphasis on a team, and then they've got to go up there. And I mean, Florida State comes out pre-ranked number 10. Were they number 10? That game, obviously not ranked as a number 10 team, but that's why I just hate preseason rankings. I think you shouldn't be able to rank a team until they've actually played a few games and then kind of say, all right, this team could actually be something here. So,
yeah.
But, like I said, Florida State had a lot of hype, but then, they lost a lot of players right before the bowl game, actually. A lot of transferred out, a lot of opted out, blah, blah, blah. But then, everybody's excited to see DJU. And to me, he was the same DJU that we had here at Clemson. So,
yeah. All right. So,
Florida State's defense could not stop a run at all. I don't even know how.
They really didn't pass that much. They just ran the ball down their necks.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw a stat the other day that said Georgia Tech maybe passed 10, 15 times the entire game.
Yeah.
So
keep talking. I'm
trying
to get something technical here, so real quick.
And then I look at it as, hey, we have a lot better run game than Georgia Tech, in my opinion, with Maffa and the other running backs that we have. So if they can't stop the run, I feel very happy about our run game against them. So
yeah, I'm excited about Maffa. I'm excited about the offensive line. I mean, that's where we've really been hurt. And, got that new coach in here and got a couple new recruits. And, I mean, people don't realize the football games are won at the line. We talk about it all the time. Everybody always talks about the quarterback that goes to 75-yard touchdown pass or the run that goes to 55. But they forget to see the holes in the blocking that open that up.
Yep.
Right. And everybody can tell you who the quarterback is, but 95% of the people can't tell you who the right guard or left guard is. And it's just as important job. It's just not as sexy as the quarterback and receiver and running back position. But I'm excited to see that.
I think with the center that we have this year, Lipsicum, if I can say his name right, I think he's going to be the anchor to that offensive line, and I believe working on him, and I think
Westbrook.
I mean, just the bowl game alone, you saw a big difference with the new coach. So I'm excited about that. I think Cade's going to have a chance now to make a few reads and not worry about having somebody on his back within a second of hiking the ball. So I think it's going to definitely be a huge improvement coming. So,
oh yeah, yeah, and Westbrook, I'm excited.
Yeah.
They're comparing him to T. Higgins.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about Wesco?
Westco.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, dude, that guy's got some speed and he's got great hands. So, I think now we finally have that down the field wide receiver that we were missing for the last 2 years, which I think is a lot to do with why they threw a lot of short passes, flat route passes, stuff like that, because they didn't really have a deep down threat. I mean, Antonio Williams was hurt most of the year. Adam Randall could do it.
Yeah.
And I think he was hurt several games last year as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was. Tyler Brown back, from Greenville.
As of right
He's
now,
solid.
from what I've seen, everything, there's no injuries to any of the wide receivers. We do have some backup linemen that are hurt. So that's, not good to hear, but hopefully the guys that we have don't get hurt and we don't have to worry about backup linemen.
Offensive line looks better. Moffitt's, people are saying if he stays healthy, he's going to get 1,600 yards. Bottom line is, if you got a running game, you got good blocking, it opens up a lot of possibilities. So if you get 4 or 5 yards on the first down, then you've got a lot of options at that point.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the run game's going to help. And he'll break one every once in a while. But, Garrett Riley, this is his second year. And, he's been able to come in there and get things together. And I think, get to know the team a little bit, how to work with them. And I'm excited about the offense this year because that was really, really our problem. It was our offense. Our defense was solid.
I think Garrett Riley will be able to open up that playbook a little bit this year.
Yeah. Defense was solid. And defense is even better this year. I mean, we got Peter Woods back.
Is solid.
And
that's why I think a lot of people predicted Georgia to I think right now we're a 14-point underdog now. I think it's gotten to.
That's the way we like to be.
So, hey.
And I want to see Sammy Brown.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a defensive game. But I think our defense is definitely going to be better than their offense because, they've got a couple good players on offense, but I think our defense is going to really shut them down.
The defense is strong. Sammy Brown. You seen any of his highlights?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that name.
Spring game alone.
Yeah. He is a beast. Yeah. All muscle, full athlete. I mean, he's got speed. He's got everything. Yeah. And they're comparing him to Brian Bosworth. Do you remember him? He was a freaking nature.
He kind of looks like him.
It kind of looks like, I don't think as crazy as Brian was, but either way, great football player. Somebody you don't forget.
I think
he used to do that stuff with the hair, Boz, and all that stuff.
I met TJ Parker the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Real respectable kid. He called me sir. I said, you don't need to call me sir, but I appreciate it.
Makes you feel old, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting old. Yeah. What do you guys think about the offensive line this year?
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, that's the problem that we were having.
I think with Dabo making the right decision to let go the old offensive line coach and bring in this guy who, offensive line coach of the first Georgia national championship game. Okay. Right. So, and then I don't know, he decided to retire right after that game for whatever reason, but you know what? Dabo got him to come back. And I mean, I've seen a huge difference just alone in the bowl game that he was only there for a week. He literally was only on campus for a week prior to the bowl game. And I saw a huge difference in the line. I mean, look at how well we ran the ball that game. How well did Cade Klubnik throw the ball in that game? I think he only got sacked like 1 or 2 times, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But now he had a whole off season, and he's starting to bring in some of his own recruits. Like we got some big offensive line recruits just from him alone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to see that offensive line. Now, spring game was kind of hard to judge the offensive line because none of the offensive line was the starters. It was like mixed match of backup starters kind of together. So, and that's just the only way they could do it to make 2 teams. But I mean, there was some brilliance in some of the offensive line in the spring game. I mean, there were some big runs made, some big passes made.
Man. We know we got a backup quarterback. We needed one.
Yeah.
He impressed me the most of everybody.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, spring game, you basically want to see how everybody plays and nobody gets hurt. And man, that seemed like yesterday. Now we are again the season.
Oh, I can't wait. Like, I'm excited for this Saturday. I kind of
also,
like that it's an early game, so I'm not like sitting here all day and anticipating what's going to happen. It's like, no, wake up, here we go.
I
Game
mean,
time.
you already know what you got going to do on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then you're in the NFL, you got Sunday. So
yeah. Now,
I mean,
now you said you're down in Atlanta. Are you going to the game Saturday?
I'm not. I wish I was. I'm coming back up that way tomorrow. I just had some. I do real estate investing, and we have a big conference down here tonight. So
okay. Well, on a side note, hit me up. I can help you out maybe with some of your real estate investment.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, love to talk.
Yeah. I own a home inspection business, so I have a little deal with some of the investors that are around my area. So,
all right. Do you ever buy homes yourself?
No, I don't, but I haven't got into that yet. But I made a kind of little deal with some investors on inspecting some of the homes that they know it's going to be a hey, I'm buying this home. I know there's problems. Just I need to know if there's like foundation issues and stuff like that. So, but yeah, hit me up. We'll talk.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I got a few friends that do the real estate stuff, and I really enjoy it and really got into it. So.
It's fun.
But yeah, I used to live down there in Atlanta. I was actually lived in Marietta for about 10 years. So almost 10 years. So I kind of know the area a little bit. And then, like I said, when I was a kid, I grew up in 6 Mile. So that's kind of how I became a big Clemson fan.
That's neat. We may have bumped into each other. I grew up going out there to my grandma's house. So
nice.
We may have crossed paths at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there from 82-ish range to about 93.
Okay. High school there?
I don't know. I actually left in the 8th grade. So we moved back up here to Charlotte when I was in the 8th grade. So I was supposed to go to Daniel Junior High and ended up going to Pickens Junior High for 1 year.
Pickens.
So my dad moved us to Pickens for whatever reason. I was mad because I wanted to play on the Edwards Junior High football team at the time. Edwards Junior High football team was undefeated 7 straight years or something like that. And I was so excited to go play for that football team. And then my dad moved us to Pickens. And I'm like, what are you doing? So I played for Pickens Junior High for 1 year.
That's great.
So, but no, I
love football.
that area.
Got too old to play football. I used to love to play football.
Yeah.
And when we were playing in paths, we played in the backyard every Saturday, Sunday, whenever we could. That was fun. Nerf football.
Oh, yeah.
Good old days. You could run into each other, not hurt each other.
Yeah, there was a little gas station that was just down the road from the Daniel High School that I used to hang out all the time with my best friend. And the family that owned that gas station were great friends. I stayed with them all the time. So I miss those guys down there.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans.
So sorry, I got my Alexa kind of reminds me sometimes.
Oh, your wife.
No, that was the Alexa. It reminds me to take out the trash on Tuesday nights.
Mine's Thursday night. I'm gonna be leaving in the morning, so I'll probably take it out tonight. Thanks for the reminder. I'm gonna be here Thursday.
You never know what might happen on this show, man. Get a random
you never
announcement.
know. We got a lot of exciting things happen. We got that Sports Illustrated guy who's gonna be taking pictures for us, John Bryan. He actually worked for the Herald Journal for several years. And I'm meeting a lady tomorrow. She's going to go on a couple appointments with me. I think she's going to be our new marketing and sales manager. I had a good conversation with her yesterday. So anyhow, 12 o'clock noon game. Nobody was saying anything about ETN. What do you think?
I mean,
great secret. Is he playing or isn't he? But,
I mean, you're talking SEC Kirby Smart here. I mean,
yeah, he will not.
Have you ever seen the SEC suspend a player for something like that? No.
Yeah, I guess it's going back to the DUI thing or something. Is that what
Well, but I just read the article the other day. So he was charged with DUI and
they dropped it.
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving, yeah. I saw
but
that.
he pled no contest, so all charges were dropped, allegedly, according to the article.
Okay.
However, their starting running back actually will be out for the game with a toe injury, and I guess he's going to have surgery or something. So it is highly speculated that ETN will probably be playing.
He'll play. Yeah. Sounds like it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the SEC. Have you ever seen them suspend a player for a DUI charge? No.
No.
How many players in Alabama has been charged for drag racing and Reckless driving. Was it Alabama or somebody? One of the SEC.
No,
teams.
Georgia had like 4 or 5 going one day this summer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Georgia. There was like
I believe Kirby Smart bailed them out.
Yeah. So look, they're gonna play. That's just the way it is.
They're gonna play. I hope they are. I want to win fair and square. This season kind of reminds me of the 2014-15 season.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna upset Georgia. I think we're gonna have an epic year.
I think so too. I am predicting.
Nobody thought we'd be playing Alabama in the national championship 2014-15. And
I'm predicting it right now. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 21-14.
Well, we're due to beat them. When's the last time we beat Georgia? It's been a while, man.
It was shoot. I just
I
saw
know they beat us
the same year.
13. I remember
Same
13.
year you beat Jameis Winston, right?
Yeah. I literally just saw it the other day. It was like 2013, 2012, somewhere right in there. We beat Georgia, and then the last time we played them, which was like a year ago, 2 years ago, that's when we lost to them. But I'm telling you right now, I'm predicting it. It's going to be 21-14 Clemson.
I like it.
We got a mobile here.
Yeah, I got to plug in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going ahead. I'm calling it now. 21-14 Clemson.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be a close game.
No, it's gonna be low scoring. I'm saying on the high side right now, 21-14. I just feel like we're gonna be able to make some touchdowns. They're gonna be able to make
2017 Clemson.
Yeah,
we'll go down the wire.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a 10-3 like it was last time, but you never know, man. Hey, without that pick six, it was a 3-3 game at the end. So
yeah, our defense really played solid, and there's that pick six.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a good game.
It was a boring game to lose, but I mean, I'd rather win a boring game. I don't care if it's 3-0.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. They say neutral site, but we all know it's not a neutral site. It's definitely not a neutral site.
Hey, Georgia's in Georgia, right?
It's a hybrid Georgia home game. That's what I call it. It's a hybrid Georgia home game.
They got the Dabo show on. It's coming on every Monday night. It was on last night. I was watching, and they're playing the Georgia fight song or something during their practices. That's what Dabo was saying. So they'd be ready when they got down there. They're going to hear a lot of it.
Yeah, they're playing it. And the other thing too, I don't know if you saw the article, but Dabo basically cut out all live calls during his radio show.
Tyler from Spartanburg.
So there will not be any Tylers from Spartanburg this year. So,
dude, I know somebody knows somebody. I could get him on, but I don't. I know he lives here. I know a guy who knows his mother. Actually, the lady who makes my Outlet Orange shirts, husband knows Tyler's mother lives here in Spartanburg. He's like, you want to get him on the show? And I'm
Speaking of, don't forget to go get one and buy one.
Yeah, well, I got mine on.
But
there we go. Outlet Orange, baby.
Don't you guys have a branded beer as well? An I Bleed Orange beer?
Yeah.
All right, bring that out to the tailgate.
Okay, sure.
Awesome. Sure. Yeah. So the radio show, he cut out live calls, but you can still text or email the station or something. I know you can text in a question if you have one.
Yeah, so, I remember that like it was yesterday. I had come home from Clemson. I was worn out. It was on Monday night. And I'm like, I don't want to fix dinner. I'm going to go down to Little Caesars down there and get me a pizza. And it just happened to be on I wasn't even thinking about the show. And I get over there to the Hillcrest over on Main Street, over to Little Caesars. And I get back in the car, and this guy named Tyler from Spartanburg comes on. And I wasn't really paying attention, but then I started listening. And I'm like, this is not a normal call. And he was going after Dabo. He was, questioning his faith. He was like telling him he was overpaid, and you get making $12 million a year, and and I'm just like, oh, whoa. And I'm just listening to it all the way home, and I actually parked at the house and listened to the rest of it. And I was just waiting. Dabo just sat there, and then all of a sudden he goes, hey, that's enough, Tyler. He went on for about 30 minutes to shut Tyler up, but it was. And then I'm thinking, while I'm listening to this, I'm thinking this is going to be something they're going to talk about. I get home, and they got it on ESPN. It's trending everywhere. And then Tyler Brown made that catch. Yeah, like the what was the guy from the New York Giants against Dallas? Made that crazy the catch. Tyler Brown made that catch against Notre Dame.
Oh,
so we had shirts made right away with that photography on it. The real Tyler, and we sold a bunch of those shirts.
Yeah,
remember that? Who's the guy that played for the Giants? He don't play for the He made that one-handed catch in the end zone against Notre Dame.
Yeah. Tyler from Spartanburg actually came out and apologized, saying that he said next time I'll think about how to say it better. He goes, I didn't mean for it to come out the way it came out. He said I just got a little emotional but he said he did apologize. He didn't ever mean to like downgrade Dabo or whatever, but it just kind of came out, and I was like, oh, well, whatever you did, it kind of sparked it a little bit. We had a spark from the team, so.
Yeah, we went out and beat Notre Dame. That was a good game. We're actually 4-4 at the time, but I've never heard a call like that. Everybody's usually pretty personable, and that was off the charts when I was listening to it.
And that was the thing. Like, Clemson beat Clemson in most of those 4 losses.
Oh, that Duke game, man. Ooh, that was a hard one. Hard pill to swallow.
I mean, Florida fumbled at the goal line. Maffa fumbled at the goal line. Like, what can we do to hold on to the ball?
Yeah, turnovers are big, man. Turnovers are big. That Duke game is ridiculous. We were in the red zone like 6-7 times. Came away with 3 points. We were on the 1 yard line twice. Didn't score. A lot of fumbles. Yep. A lot of careless playing, but. So anyhow, we're going to find out this time next week. We're going to have something really to talk about. And hopefully, it'll be positive.
Question is, so we beat Georgia, right? We're going to beat Georgia this weekend, right?
We're going to beat Georgia. Let's start talking. A lot of power on what you say.
Will Clemson have a loss this year?
If we beat Georgia, not in the regular season, I don't think. I don't see FSU.
So you think we go undefeated?
If we beat Georgia, I think so. I think. To be honest with you, I think the App State game you got to watch out for.
That's the trap game.
That's a trap game.
You prepare so much for the number 1 Georgia team.
Yeah.
You go in and it's going to be a hard fought game.
Yeah.
Like these guys they're going to leave it all out on the field. They're going to be tired. They're going to be sore. Then they got to go practice for the App State game. That's the trap game. I'm actually more worried about the App State game than I am the Georgia game.
Yeah, and App State's done that to a couple teams.
Of course they have.
Over the years.
Even Dabo said it in the spring game. He said, I don't know who put them on our schedule. I don't know why they put them on our schedule.
It's going to be a night game.
I'm afraid to play these guys.
This is the first home game. It's going to be epic. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Those night games. There's something about a night game in Death Valley. I mean, I like the day games, but the night games are just electric, man. They start playing We Will Rock You by Queen, man. It's just like they come running down that hill. There's just something about it.
I have a good feeling that we're gonna go undefeated this year, and definitely make it to the 12-team playoff team. I'm saying it now. We're gonna be ACC champions. We'll probably end up in the bye week, fourth seed, third seed, whatever of the playoffs. And you know what though? The team you got to watch out for in the playoffs, Liberty.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting. Where'd you come up
with
that?
A lot of people has been saying how Liberty, if they win their conference championship, they're most likely in.
Okay.
And that's how the playoff bracket's going to work this year. So you got the highest ranked power conference. It's the 4 highest ranked conference champions. Didn't say Power 5. It just says highest ranked conference champions gets the first round bye.
I'm looking at
then everybody else after that. So it's most likely whoever's a conference champion will be in the game or will be in the.
Yeah, they all get a bye. So you got 4 teams got a bye.
Yeah, the 4 teams. That's the highest ranked conference champions.
Yeah.
You know what the funny part is?
What?
And I think we talked about this before in another podcast, Josh, was Notre Dame. If Notre Dame comes into the playoff ranked number 1, undefeated number 1,
they don't get a bye.
They do not get a bye.
Yeah.
Because they're not a conference champion.
They'll never have a conference championship.
So they literally go from 1 to 5.
Yeah.
They'll get the 5th seed. But
that's what they decided to do a couple years back.
Simply because they're not in a conference.
Yeah.
And that right there should tell Notre Dame, hey, you need to get into
it. But they act like they're in the ACC, but they play so many ACC games, but they're not in football. They're not in a conference. They decided they didn't want to be in a conference. So I'm sitting there looking. I'm wondering why we're noon game, and I guess – I mean, they got Notre Dame and Texas A&M at 7:30 on ABC and ESPN.
That's where game day is going to be.
That's where game day is.
Yeah.
I think our game would be a better game than that. But
you think so? But
I mean, we got 14-1, and then we're looking at 20-7. Notre Dame 7, Texas A&M's 20.
Yeah.
So I think they're playing at Texas A&M. Yeah.
The other aspect that I really, really love what they're doing with this 12-team playoff.
Mm-hmm.
So four teams get the bye, right? They'll be played in the participating bowl championship games.
Yeah.
The first round will be played at the home team stadium.
Oh, really?
So, meaning, let's say Clemson doesn't make it to the 14 bye week, right?
Okay, they're number 5.
If they get in the first round, whoever they're playing will be played at Clemson.
At Death Valley. That's awesome.
If they're the highest ranked. If they're the highest seed.
The highest seed's going to play at home until they get to the Final Four.
So they're bringing the playoff atmosphere to the hometown, which I love. I think that's great.
I love that. That's awesome. That'd be great for a playoff game in Clemson.
Yeah.
So then what are they doing? They got the 4 teams at the end. They're going to play.
So you got the round of whatever, the first round, and I'm trying to think
of how
many teams. You got 4.
Then you got
what is that, 8 teams?
8's going to go to 4, and then those 4 are going to have to play the 4 to have a bye, and then you're going to end up with 4.
Yeah.
And then you end up with 2. That'd be interesting. All the other, I'm looking at the schedule here. There's not a lot of a lot of ranked teams playing nobody. Ohio State's playing Akron. Ohio State's ranked 2. Texas playing Colorado State. Colorado State's not ranked. Miami, they're talking big about, but they're 19. They're playing Florida. Florida's had a couple of rough years. Alabama. Got them in at 5.
Alabama's the team to watch this year. What do they do? What does the post Nick Saban era look like?
Well, that's what I was talking to an Alabama fan today, and I'm just not sure, man. The GOAT's gone. Coach, I'm a big believer behind every great team's a great coach. That's some tough shoes to fill. I think they're going to have a couple off years.
Yeah,
and that's hard for Alabama.
Seeing Saban as part of the. It was a little weird seeing Saban part of the game day this year.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird. So
I wouldn't want to feel his shoes. They're playing Western Kentucky. I didn't know there's a team. Ole Miss is playing Furman. They got Ole Miss at 6. Ole Miss is the team to look out for.
So Thomas, what's your prediction? What are you thinking? What do you think the score is going to be with the Georgia Clemson game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 13-10 Clemson. Low scoring, a lot of defense.
Really low.
Yeah, it's going to be defense. A lot of work on the line. I think Klubnik is great. I think it's going to be his first game, jitters, big game, and they're going to be running that ball. So look for Ronan O'Connell. He's a freshman, our top offensive line recruit. I met him the other day. Really good guy. He's a big old boy, so he's going to be on that offensive line pushing people around. So look for that.
I like it. Yeah. 13-10, he says. He says 13. I love that. I like that. Yeah. I thought about a score like that, but something just tells me,
there's going
to be some touchdowns made, and I just had this feeling of a 21-14. I don't know why.
Clemson's going to get 2 touchdowns. We'll get a running touchdown and a passing touchdown.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, there you go. I like it. So 13-10. What'd you say, Josh?
I said 2017. So we're all kind of the same.
He's saying a field goal difference.
2 field goals and 2 touchdowns, and then 2017. Or missed.
I like it. Now, Thomas, what do you think? What do you think is the trap game this year?
It's going to be App State for sure. You're coming off a high. You feel like maybe you can roll over them. Maybe not as focused, but Dabo will have those guys ready, I think. But those guys are going to come in fresh from App State. They're going to be ready to play. It's their biggest game of the year. So they're going to come out swinging. So they got to be ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. like I said, I think I'm more worried about the App State game than I am the Georgia game. But you know,
well, there's no
I'm a little worried.
Georgia game for us. I mean, we're playing the number one team. Nobody expects us to win. I think that plays in our favor.
I'm a little worried about the Stanford game too.
Really?
Yeah, those are some good ball players out there.
Yeah, so? I mean, it'll be interesting to see. But then I don't know how far Stanford has traveled in the past. Like, do they travel well? Do they kind of
now?
They go from
definitely don't have home field advantage.
I mean, has Stanford ever played a game on the East Coast?
I don't know.
I mean, Clemson played on the West Coast, but it's been a bowl game.
Yeah, like I said, I'll have to look that up. But if I'm not mistaken, now next year we have to go to Stanford. So
I will never understand that Stanford and California and SMU geographically doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean, from a fan base,
we go play SMU and FMU this year. So
that's where's that, near Dallas?
Texas. Yeah, somewhere it's near Dallas. Yeah,
Dallas area.
That's another game to kind of look out for. I think App State and the SMU game may be the two games that we have problems with.
Let's see.
That's just what I think.
Play Stanford at home 28th.
Yeah.
But we got to play. We got to play. Are they on our schedule? I don't think we play them this year.
SMU?
I don't see them. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I thought we did go to
SMU. Georgia.
We go to SMU this year. Did we not play them in SMU?
We don't play them at all, I don't think. I don't see them. Another weird game is why the heck are we playing the Citadel on November 23rd? That's usually the beginning of the season.
I don't mind playing those teams. I
play Carolina at home, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Georgia and Atlanta. We got home. We got Appalachian State. Wolfpack, we got at home on the 21st. So we got a bye week right after the Appalachian State.
That North Carolina State game might be a tough one too.
Yeah, usually is. And then Stanford on September 28th. And then we go down to Florida State. We play them October the 5th on the road. Wake Forest on the road. October 12th, Virginia at home. October 19th. Louisville at home. November 2nd. Virginia Tech on the road. That's a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Up there in Blacksburg. Pittsburgh. That's a tough place to play. Play them on the road. Then Citadel comes on the 23rd, which is weird. That's going to help our rankings whether we beat them or not, which we beat them. And then we play South Carolina at home. So,
yeah, I like it. So, for everybody out there, if you come across it, go look up Golden State, right?
Golden Gate.
Sorry, my bad. Golden Gate. Look them up. They've got some parking ideas going on. That's great. Definitely look it up. Get it out there. I think I'm gonna try and bring my RV down there and camp out for a weekend. I think that'd be fun. So,
we're gonna have a ball down there. We're gonna bring a bunch
look them up and book your parking. Get that shuttle bus. Hey, you can't ask for a better deal, man. You go sit there and partake in some adult beverages and not have to worry about driving.
Yeah.
Then not have to worry about
our show, the most exciting sports network in the nation.
Let's go.
Hang out and then get a ride back to your car.
Yeah, I love it. I like it. So, hey, look them up. And, I wish you a lot of success on this idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it'll probably take off, especially with all the possibilities that can come later on.
You may want to reach out to Tiger Tailgating Pros, TTP. Look them up on Facebook. If not, I text
you.
Because, that could correspond with what you're doing also.
Yeah.
So we're able to do a couple people that want to hook up with them and go ahead and have everything set up for them when they arrive. You're going to have I guess you're going to have it like marked off on like A2, A3 or something like that.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. A little graph or something.
Yeah. So like I said, anything else to add there, Thomas? You got anything else?
No, just come on out, hang out. The whole family will be there. Really nice people. And there's 50 acres across the road there that we can use if we get overcrowded. So,
yeah, cool.
Here we go. I love it. I'm sure the first year will be a little growing pains, but don't give up.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Josh, you got anything else, man?
I'm sure I do, man, but I'm a little worn out today.
Yeah. So 21-14. Josh has it at 2017. Thomas said 13-10. A few days away. It's time to go. It's time. Let's go.
We're down to 3 days for hard change.
Some people like to say spot the ball.
Yeah, and if anybody's in Clemson, come on out to the marina. It's going to be a great place to watch the show. We're going to do the show, and then we're going to be right there in Lake Hartwell. You can actually see the stadium from there. I mean, it's right over Lake Hartwell. You can see the back of the stadium. They've been promoting it a lot, so I'm kind of excited about this show we're doing. Yeah. And we hang out, tailgate, and eat there, watch the game.
All right. Well,
got a couple special guests coming in. I'm not going to mention them, but
I'm going to end it with a Go Tigers. Let's go.
Yeah, we've already tried to do the Tiger chant. It never does.
Let's go.
We can't do the Tiger chant for some reason on the podcast because everybody's not on the same page. It's like C and the other guy C. Remember that? We tried it like first couple of them.
Yeah, first couple we tried it, but
it's
never really
would off or something.
Would mesh. So, but I always, hey, you know what? I just go with a Go Tigers. Let's beat Georgia.
I'm excited.
All right.
The best season in